Okay, all right, guys. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our webinar for today. Learn how to get started and grow with Zest. All right. Firstly, would welcome everyone to the session. My name is Oluwadamlola Ojo, the lead customer engagement. What we have on call, Oluwatobi Olubi, the customer success associate. We have Precious Tubi, our customer success associate also. Then we also have Michael Anifo, she is one of our product manager. So on this session with us. So we'll start with talking about giving more details about Zest, so we guys can have an understanding of what exactly we do. Firstly, Zest is a fintech subsidiary of Stanbic IBTC Bank, and basically what we do, Zest, we collect payments. We offer multiple payment options to our customers via card, QR, USSD, and transfers. We give POS services to our merchants who onboard successfully with us, and you can have access to virtual accounts. You can use a QR code, and you can also use the USSD to make payments seamlessly on our platform. Also, we have our e-commerce platform where you can give your customers a great online shopping experience. So you can also onboard, once you onboard on our platform, you can create a marketplace on a storefront on our marketplace where you can sell your goods and services to our audience. And you can also make sales and be more visible to everyone. Also, we have our vast platform, that's the value-added services, which includes bill payments and lifestyle solutions, where you can integrate into our platform, where you can make airtime, data, and other utility bills. We have IKEDC, EKDC, and lots of other billers on our platform, which is one of a very robust platform. Would also encourage our merchants to enjoy when they onboard with us. Also, we also have our mobile app, which we've also launched, and it makes it very easy and seamless for customers to download and access the platform and sign up easily. So these are what we'll touch point on, and we're also trying to make it easy for customers to onboard. So we'll be taking you guys through onboarding on the platform from start to finish, and how it's very easy without no stress, and in minutes you get onboarded. Thank you. So I'll push the process to Oluwatobi to please carry us along how you onboard on the platform seamlessly. So please, Oluwatobi, we can start. All right, before she shares our screen, I would also want to tell people that if you have any questions, you can drop it on the chat link there. So we'll take the questions after all the things have been shared and process taken through. So we'll take the questions after for any feedback or any inquiry. Thank you, guys.
Good morning. So today we'll be walking you through how to successfully create your account. Create a profile with Zest, complete your profile, and submit the right compliance document. So first of all, I'm sharing my screen now. So first of all, you're coming to zestpayments.com. So now you click on create an account. So on getting to this, we are creating an account with a business name, which is your business name, whichever business name you have. So because we are testing now, all right, so that's the business name. Then the first name of the director. So I'll be using my name. And then the email address, business email address. The nationality, Nigeria, gender, phone number. Then you're creating a secure password. So by the end of this session, we'll clearly understand how to sign up, how to verify our account, the different business categories, and exactly what documents are required for approval. So now if you're ready to get started, you're at the right place. So basically, we're just signing up using the business name, first name, like I said earlier, last name, business email address, nationality, gender, phone number. Then we're creating a secure password. So the secure password consists of 12, a minimum of 12 characters, which could be more than, but it's a minimum of 12 characters. So one uppercase letter, at least one number, and at least a special character. So now I've already created a password. The next thing to do is to agree to the terms and conditions. So you can click on the terms and conditions and the privacy policy to read the details, then we proceed. So now I'll be changing the email address. Yeah. Tell I've used Ojotami with double I. So now we're saving the password so that when you want to log in again, you can use the same password without having to input your password again. So now I'm going to input in the OTP from my email address.
OTP. Question sent to your email. Yeah, question sent to.
Sorry. So, like I said earlier, I don't know if anybody heard me. So, the email we just received now, the OTP we received now is a 2FA OTP. So the 2FA OTP serves as an added security layer to protect your account. Security is extremely important to us as a fintech platform. So these steps are designed to protect both you and your business. So for somebody that, does not want to always get the 2FA OTP, you just want to sign in and not have to always get OTP to sign in. So you can come here, then you go to your settings, you come to security, you turn off the 2FA button. All right. So now we can all see what you already have here as your profile is in a test mode. So now my profile is in a test mode. We'll be going to compliance. So, like I said earlier, that we would see the different categories of compliance. So, we have a startup business, we have registered, and we also have governments and NGOs. So, you can either register as a startup business. A startup business is an unregistered business. I mean, you've not registered with CAC, you've not registered with any of the registration platforms. While a registered business is, we know that a registered business is registered, which can either be a sole proprietorship, RC, or any other registered business. It could be a limited liability, it could be a partnership business. While for government and NGOs, could be like um, NGOs, like churches, and all of that. So today, we will be walking you through how to register as a registered business, how to sign up as a registered business. So now we are proceeding with the registered business. So tell us about your business. It's just a brief business description, nothing much, nothing too small. So, all right. So your business size, we have 1 to 10, we have 10 to 50, we have more than 50. So we're going with 1 to 10. Okay, today we're doing commerce. We have different industry types. It could be banking, it could be agriculture, financial, health, commerce, lifestyle. And if it's others, we can input it to, and we will put the type of industry. So now, BVN. So if your business is not a sole proprietorship business and you have more than one directors, we require that you provide more than one BVN, most especially where the director is a shareholder and owns more than 5% shares in the business. So we require the second director's BVN. So now your business address, then your utility bill. So at this stage, from experience, most onboarding delays happen when documentation is incomplete. So let me tell you exactly what is required for utility bill. So for utility bill, we have light bills, we have waste bills, we have water bills. It could be tenancy agreements, but for every utility bill that is not a tenancy agreement, because we know that in Nigeria we don't pay for rent monthly. So for every other utility bill, we require that you provide a utility bill that is not more than 3 months. This is just to validate that you have been running a business or reside in that location in the past 3 months. So now we'll be uploading the utility bill. Then for utility bill and the business address, we require that the same address on the utility bill should be provided as a business address so that there's an alignment in your business address and the address on your utility bill. Now, tax identification number. For every registered business, the government requires that we remit our tax from all of our businesses. So we'll be putting a test TIN now. So nationality, Nigeria, identification documents. So we have 4 types of identification documents that we collect. We have international passports, we have driving license, we have voters card, we have NI. So just to be sure that we are not providing a means of ID that is expired. So most of the time, we would usually require that our merchants provide us with an NI, most especially because it does not expire. So we are not having to reach out to you after 2 years or some months that please provide us another ID because the one you previously provided has expired. So now we are putting NIN. Then we're uploading the NIN slip. Then we have the business documents. So for every registered business, we know that you must have CAC. Then for SCUMU is not required for any business that is not an NGO or does not operate with, does not have a business activity that requires SCUMU. So when we require SCUMU for businesses that do car dealers or NGOs, most especially NGOs or churches or jewelers, people that sell jewelry or consultations, businesses that engage in consultancy. So we're putting our CAC documents. So for every, then we'll upload the CAC documents. So let's say we have um, any other business that requires MEMAT. So for businesses that require MEMAT, NGOs do not require MEMAT, and sole proprietorship businesses do not require MEMAT. But every other registered business that has more than one shareholder or more than one director would be required to submit their business MEMAT. So director's particulars is the status report. So the status report shows us the status of the business, the shareholders, how many shares they have, who is the ultimate beneficiary owner of the business, the business principal activity. So that is what contains in the status report. So now we are proceeding to the next step. All right, so after we have successfully filled all those documents for the business and we've put the business description and all of that, so we can ask, some people might have a question. So what happens if my documents are rejected? Okay, so if your documents are rejected, maybe for a reason we're unable to validate your BVN or unable to validate the NIN. So once we review your documents and your profile, you'll be notified with the reason for rejection and you'll be guided on what needs to be corrected. I mean, you'll be guided on the next steps and to provide the necessary documents that were not previously provided. So providing complete and accurate documentation ensures faster approval and avoids compliance delays. So we're giving you a 24 to 48 hours approval of your profile to activate your account. But if you're not providing the necessary documents, there can be a delay in approval. So websites, not all businesses will have websites because the reason why we're even making you on board, one of the reasons why is so that we can provide a free website for you. So it's okay if you don't have a website, but business phone number, then the business address again, then state, then the city. So now, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, one of these is required to proceed with your profile. So you either have a Facebook account, which is your business account, or you have an Instagram account that you use to run your business. So we just need one of these to confirm that this is what you really do. I mean, you cannot say that you are selling clothes and then your Instagram account is contrary to what is in your CAC or what you have provided to us. That's why we request for one of these accounts, then you proceed. So at this point, we're asking you for your bank account information. So for every transaction that you make through our gateway, we would settle to your account. So because we're using a registered business, for every registered business, you are required to provide a corporate account that will be making the settlements to. So we require commercial banks for settlement. So now we'll be putting an account number. So for larger corporate businesses that will want to settle some funds to USD account, they can also add their USD account. All right, so when we get to the point of who is bearing the transaction fees, because as we know that as a payment gateway, we have our charges. So it's either you want your customers to bear the transaction fees or you want to be charged for the transaction fees. But at this point, I want my customers to bear the transaction fees. So now this is the end of the compliance bit. We just need to proceed. Then it is left to also now review your profile and the documents that you have submitted. And if there are any outstanding documents, we would reach out to you. But if your profile is okay and complete, then we just need to activate your profile after 28 to 48 hours. So now we proceed and see that our dashboard is in compliance and test mode. So we have already completed compliance and we have received your request to activate your profile on our end. So we'll reach out to you if there are any outstanding documents. So that brings me to the end of showing you how to sign up.
All right, thank you, Oluwatobi, for taking us through the process. Thank you so much, everyone. All right, back to that. We'll just try to highlight and talk a bit about what we can see on the dashboard before your profile is being reviewed. And we have a two-step for the review. So once you submit this, the merchant's profile gets to the customer success associate backend, who now does a review to validate all the documents that have been shared. If there's any information that we need to clarify, we'll reach you on the email address and the phone number you provided. If there's any error in the number, the phone number, or the email address, or the director's BVN, the TIN, anything not inputted correctly, because this will be checked. We'll also verify your social media, your website if you provided, to make sure everything aligns correctly. If there's no issue, then your profile will be approved successfully and you get an email in your email address confirming that this has been treated successfully. But if there's any pending information required, we'll reach out to the customer and get the feedback, and that will be corrected and will be treated accordingly. Also, this is just how the merchant dashboard looks like. So this is what the merchants you'll be able to see. So these are the breakdowns. So for this part, just to have a brief explanation or just a little thing, just to make people understand, we'll just have our product manager, Michael, just give us a bit of what we can see on the dashboard to make the merchant understand this. But basically, going forward in our webinar, we'll talk basically on all the services that customers will get to enjoy. So I'd like Michael to please give us a brief explanation on this. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dami. Thank you, everyone. So good to be here. So I'll just do like a very brief overview of what we're looking at. Just like Dami said, Zest, we basically provide seamless solutions to help your business, to help you automate your business and help you run your business smoothly. Whether you run like an in-store shop or your business is totally online, we've got you covered. Starting off from the dashboard basically gives you an overview of everything from your transactions on your business portal. Again, we basically call this like your business portal, and it basically gives you like a general overview of what your business is all about. The dashboard that you can see like different rails, like a breakdown of like what you earn or what you collect from your customers based on different rails. Transactions. Sorry, Toby, can you go to transactions? Okay, so the transactions tab also basically gives you a very deep dive into that as well. And you can basically toggle from each of the headers, whether you want to check your QR transactions, USSD, virtual accounts, which is transfers, ledger service, or probably POS, impulse or direct debit, you set up a mandate and stuff. So this basically helps you to like keep track on everything as it has to do with your transactions. The next thing is your settlements. So as a business, what we run, I mean, depending on our agreement with you and basically our conversation, but the um, flat way we run this is basically like a T+1 kind of settlement, where we basically settle all your transactions for like a particular day. We settle it on the next day. And basically, you can see like a general breakdown of your settlements, how much you were paid at a particular time. You can also basically just search by a particular time or filter through a particular time you were settled and all that. That's that. So next is dispute. Dispute basically, there are sometimes where you sell an item, and the very popular what I got, what I ordered versus what I got, kind of scenario plays out where a customer got an item but is not basically satisfied with the item they got. They can log a dispute against you and say, oh, I want my money back. And basically we do this through like series of checks. We check in with you to be sure that the item was delivered in good condition, and just make sure, just facilitate that dispute basically. And you as the merchant also gets to like decline or basically accept. So you can see like the different headers here. You see pending. Uh, Initiated will basically show you that the dispute that was initiated against you by a particular customer. Pending basically means that you are yet to basically action. The past means, oh, you've actioned it, whether you've accepted it or you've rejected it basically. And accepted basically gives you, okay, these are the disputes you have accepted. And the next one, declined disputes, basically gives you like an overview of disputes that you declined based off what happened to the product. Maybe it's a, I'm thinking maybe it's a tripod and you deliver the tripod in very good condition. But when the customer returned the tripod, one bolt was already missing or what have you, and things like that. You decline the dispute basically. Next is point of sale. So this is for people that basically run, I mean, not technically, but like if you want a point of sale, even if you run an online business, but this is basically really for people that run an in-store kind of business where people come into your store to come and purchase one item or the other. You would have to basically request POS. If you want us to supply you a POS, you have to request it from your dashboard. Maybe over time you can show that. But like this page basically gives you an overview of what you earn from your point of sale or from your POS, whether it's through web or QR, or somebody pays through USSD or virtual account. Basically, this gives you like a general overview of what you earn from POS if you run an in-store kind of business. The next thing I'd like to talk about is storefront. Just again to add that this is just a brief overview of everything you will get on the Zest dashboard. Dami would tell you as time goes on, we'll basically do a deep dive into everything one by one. So storefront. So a lot of us are online these days. You basically buy from a store. Some people still basically, I know some people that still basically sell their products on WhatsApp or still sell on Instagram. And it's basically like a brick and mortar store, the kind of business where you have to do everything manually, even online, whether you have to post on your stories and things like that. This storefront basically takes the hassle of you having to like want to set up a website. So we all know that it's quite technical and it requires a lot of budget really to set up a website for your business, especially if you run like maybe an online business, or even if you run an in-store business where people buy different things, but you want a page where they can just come, order their products instead of sending you a DM and pay, everything handled from there. So this basically gives you that. You get what I'm saying? You can do this through this storefront. So now this storefront, sorry, hello, Toby, can you click on the storefront once more? Okay, maybe it's my screen that is storefront, still storefront. So this storefront basically gives you a general overview of everything. You are having to add your products, put a price to the products and all that. Then the next one is merchant admin. So sometimes as a business owner, you run a business and you have like team members, you have different team members, and you want them to have like different access to like different things. You want them to be able to access like different things on your on your dashboard basically, but you want to give them like different access. Maybe the finance person or the admin person, you want to just give them different access. You can do that from here, and you can basically invite them to basically join your business portal basically. Um, and I mean that gives you like a general overview of everything. If you click up here, Toby, can you click on Olubi where you have your name? No, not there. Where you have your name, the drop down where you have Olubi. You can click out of this. Okay, thank you. So here you have you have like different things that you can access there if you want to. Can you click on it and click on settings? So this settings page basically gives you just a way for you to like customize different things as they have to do with your business. Some things here are grayed out. That means you can't edit them because you already submitted them while you were basically registering or setting up your profile. But here you have your first name, last name, email, and just maybe sometimes that you might want to make one or two changes. Sometimes making some of these changes might make us throw you back into like having to review your profile again. Again, these are like regulatory requirements, and that is why we have to do all this basically. Then your business profile. Tori, can you navigate to that? Thank you. So your business profile, basically from here, you can basically see your profile, set up your profile based on how your business runs. If you run like a business where you have multiple employees, you can do that. Basically, set up everything as it has to do with your store. And like if you scroll down, you can use. I mean, whether I scroll up or scroll down, no, but I want to see this transaction fee. Yeah. No, no, no. Down, down. Yeah. So this you can set up like who would pay transaction fee for your business. So in some cases, some merchants prefer that they bear I mean, it's not a burden, but they bear transaction fees basically as against their customers bearing that fee. So you can toggle in between which one you would prefer, whether you as a business you want to bear the transaction fee, and whether you want your customers to bear the transaction fee. Mind you, to get basically a breakdown of our transaction fee, you can always go to. I'm sure probably Dami must have shared it, but like to share a link to our website that where you can see like our pricing page and basically access all our pricing across like different rails, basically. Then to the next tab, Toby. Thank you. Yeah, security. While Toby was presenting, she mentioned something about OTP. We take security very, very serious as a fintech, making sure that there is no breach whatsoever as it has to do with your business. So at some time, probably you want to put like a layer of security on your account to be sure that every time there's a login, it's basically really, really verified by 2FA. You can do that if you set up the account and you decide that you, at a particular point, you want to change your password, you can basically do this. Basically, that's what this speaks to. The next is API keys and webhook. So this is mainly for integration partners. So Zest is not just for businesses, for online businesses. If you run like an online store and things like that, um, there's also businesses that basically want to collect payments through our payment gateway, and there are layers to the integration that has to happen. This is one of them basically, and this is what this is for. So if you are planning to like develop an app, or you have a web page that you want to integrate this to our payment gateway, basically, we can always have that conversation. And this is one of those pages where you would definitely have to visit, whether you or your engineer helping you to set it up. Next is payment channels. So your payment channels basically means that you as a business, you do not like collecting payments through a particular rail, and maybe you only like to collect payments through card payments, we've got you. If you only like to collect payments through transfers, QR code, USSD, we've got you. Through any means here that is stated here on this payment channel, we've got you. So you can toggle it on and off. If you feel that there's a particular way you want to be receiving payments from your customers, you can always do this. Come here and select whatever rail you choose to collect payments from. And to be the next tab. Yeah, yeah. Basically, to refer businesses and all, basically. So that is a general overview of what the Zest dashboard is all about. Like Dami must have said, or as we go on in subsequent webinars, we will take a deep dive into each of those functionalities one by one, or each of those features one by one, and really explain it so that you get it. Our hope is that you find this user friendly, and you are able to use it basically to scale your business. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Dami.
Thank you very much, Michael, for putting us through. That was a very wonderful um, training. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Now we'll put the floor open for questions. Please note that we have a chat bot there, so you can please drop your questions or inquiries or how you can onboard or whatever feature you want to do with us. We're ready to assist and put you through. We'll have our product guys here are ready to assist and have you onboarded quickly. If there's any issues, anything, just please feel free to speak with us while we go through the questions to know if you have any feedback for us. Thank you, guys. All right, guys, I'm checking to see. Does anybody want to ask any question? You can please just signify via the chat box so we can probably ask you to speak to us or share your comments. Anything as regards as you want to know anything about the company, any service, anything at all. We're here to assist you and put it through. Okay, no questions yet. All right, guys. In the absence of no questions, no feedback on inquiries, I hope you guys enjoyed the session. So we'll prepare for the next session. Definitely, we'll bring out one of our features for you guys to learn more, understand better, and how to use that to scale your business. So we're happy to receive you guys to onboard on our platform, which will be reviewed, and you guys will be onboarded our system to enjoy this. Thank you guys. We really appreciate you guys for coming up, spending time today to join our session. All right, guys. So have a lovely day ahead. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dami. Thank you.
Thank you.